Ryan Brown, I'm back with story time. Please subscribe, follow this playlist for other ways that we illustrate things that happen in Georgia's criminal justice system. Today we're going to talk about Frank, the Ford driver. Frank's driven Fords his whole life. His dad drove Fords. He won't drive anything but Fords. And we're going to tell you about something that could happen to Frank, the Ford driver, right, in this illustration of the criminal process. So let's say that Frank is driving on 85, Interstate 85 that cuts right through Coweta County, or maybe he's driving on 20 that goes through Carroll County, and law enforcement pulls him over, right, for suspected of failing to maintain his lane. Perhaps the cops say he hits the fog line. And the cops search the vehicle, right? So they get him out of the car, they search his car, they say they smelled marijuana so they can search his car. And they pulled him over because he failed to maintain his lane. Well, let's say that when they're searching the car, they find a pile of marijuana in the back seat. Maybe this is a rental car. Maybe he doesn't have any idea these drugs are back there. Maybe somebody forgot theirs, okay? What happens if it's actually complete crap for the reason for the stop, and that he didn't fail to maintain his lane? What happens if, when the officers nowadays have dash cameras, now look, sometimes they conveniently don't catch the traffic violation on their video, but what if they say they did? And what if it's complete BS, right? What if they did? What if this driver was driving perfectly within his lane, and we think that the reason that they were stopped is complete bogus? We have the right in Georgia to be free from unreasonable seizures. Like, law enforcement can't just mess with us for the hell of it, right? This is America. We're free. They can't just pick on us, right? It's not Red China. So we can file a motion to suppress and say, Your Honor, this stop was completely illegal. It violated my client's Fourth Amendment rights. It violated my client's rights under the Georgia Constitution. Everything that happened after that should be tossed because the stop itself was illegal, right? If we are able to file that motion to prove that to a judge at a hearing, through cross-examination of the state's witnesses, through maybe tendering the body-worn camera footage, all of those things, perhaps our own independent investigation, we can get into court through what's called a motion to suppress, saying, Judge, you got to toss the drugs in this case that were found and anything that happened after the stop because the stop was illegal. If a motion in that case is granted, it doesn't technically beat the case, right? But when the state can't proceed with any of the evidence they recovered after the stop, they're almost always, just practically prohibited from going forward because they don't have any evidence to present at the trial. And that is one of the most effective ways to fight drug crimes in Newnan, Georgia, or Carrollton, Georgia. We fight these all the time, right? And if we have a successful motion to suppress, oftentimes the outcome in a case like that could be a dismissal if we have a really, really good motion to suppress and the court grants it. If you have questions about your case, drug crimes in Newnan, or anything like that, hit subscribe, call us 470-635-1725.